In this challenge, we need to focus on the next task, which is going to be when the sphere hits the floor, it should turn the floor blue and the sphere should be destroyed. Now there are 3 problems there. Before we do anything, we need to know, hey, I detected the floor. So how are we going to do that? Because without being able to detect the floor, I can't turn anything blue and I can't destroy anything. So we need to really now narrow in on the collision here. And so if we understand the collision concepts, we have a floor game object, we have a player game object. These are hard surface collisions. One of these objects has a rigid body, which means the onCollisionEnter method, which is right here, will automatically be called by Unity. OnCollisionEnter is called when this collider rigid body has begun touching another rigid body / collider. And if we look at this, it's a model behavior function called onCollisionEnter collision other, and it's going to store the other object, the object that collided with us. So we can detect the collision on the player, and if we do that, then the other will be the floor, or we could detect the collision on the floor and the other would be the player. Based on the future of this application, when the sphere hits the floor, it should turn the floor blue. We might as well let the floor detect the collision, handle the color change of itself, and then destroy the sphere, which would be the other object. So to get started here, we need to create the floor behavior by creating a new C# script. We'll call it floor. Let Unity compile. We'll select the floor. Drag that script on. Let's open that up. And inside of here, we're going to do one thing and one thing only. We are going to detect collision. So we need to use that onCollisionEnter method, and we are just going to turn ourselves blue. So detect collision, turn ourselves blue. In order to do that, we also need to define the mesh component, the mesh renderer component. We need to assign it in void start. And then of course, before we act on changing that color, we need to null check it. So give it a shot and I will see you in the challenge review.